Skyrim is damn near 15 years old at this point, and yet you can still find loads of hidden secrets and locations in this game that you might never have heard of.
Directly south from Gearman's Hall, across the river and up the hill by the mountain, you'll find an interesting sight, the Necromancer's chicken nest. Ooh! It's a chicken nest located inside of an upturned ribcage, and it has a nice pristine egg in it, waiting to be plucked. Problem is, you'll have to contend with a nearby necromancer, who will summon the dead corpses of the chickens around you to take you down. Fell the deadly beast and the not-so-deadly necromancer, and take your prize. Just be careful though, because it's not just the necromancer that guards this nest. When you pick up the egg, you'll discover that all of the chicken corpses around you will rise from the dead once again, for about 30 seconds. It's an interesting sight, and one we would definitely recommend checking out.
North of Alfdan and west of Sarthal, and you'll run into something that's pretty hard to miss. A massive mammoth that has been frozen in the ice for who knows how long. Though, that's not entirely true. You see, the mammoth actually has spears still stuck at its side from whoever was hunting this incredible creature. These spears look to be Dwemer made, or Dwarven for the Elder Scrolls layman's. You can also find Dwemer arrows on the beast. This is probably an indication that the Dwemer were the ones hunting the creature thousands of years ago. You can also find a two-handed weapon on the mammoth's back, but it's fairly difficult to reach. You'll have to head to the top of the glacier and jump down on its back. Just be careful not to slip on the ice.
Talk to Finnis Gester at the College of Winterhold, and he will tell you a tale of missing apprentices.
Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight. That's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms. But I think that's giving them too much credit. I'm not sure. None of them were working on anything terribly dangerous. I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month.
Yeah, seems like they really care. But not only do they barely care, well, Skyrim the game doesn't either. It won't give you a quest to find them, nor will it give a miscellaneous marker. Turns out that this is a broken secondary quest that was never finished or bugged out. But that doesn't mean you can't find them. All 4 missing students are located at unmarked locations. Okay, well, 3 are, and 1 is in a marked spot. The first is Isra. You'll find her located on a patch of scorched earth on the shore east of Dawnstar and south of Ingvild, near the Sea of Ghosts. Well, what's left of her.
As I recall, Isra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment.
Yep, she's cooked. Looks like she didn't learn her lesson and tried those flame cloak spells. Next is Elis Tai. His location is found on a sandbar behind the island that holds Ysgramor's tomb. Here is a large 2-tiered platform. On the upper part is a shrine of Talos, but on the lower part is a scene of carnage.
Elis Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers.
Seems Elis was practicing his calming spell on the skeevers located here. Unfortunately, if you check the scrolls he was using nearby, you'll find scrolls of calm and also scrolls of fury. Then Rampage broke out, and he must have met a terrible end. Also, I know Finnis referred to him as her, but he's actually a he. I don't know. It's Skyrim, guys. Now we have Rundy, located atop a glacier just southeast of the College of Winterhold. Approaching it from a path to the west allows access to Rundy's altar. I'm sure you can see where we're going with this.
And then there's Borvir and Rundy, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those 2 boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed.
You'll find poor Rundy frozen here, done in by his own stupidity. But you can get a unique dagger here called Rundy's Dagger, so at least the trip was worth it. Last we have Rundy's twin brother, Borvir. He is the one located in an actual marked location. But we couldn't just leave out the 4th guy. That would be weird. His corpse can be found at Journeyman's Nook, adjacent to a bandit and a named dagger. Sorry if I spoiled it for you, but did you really think we were finding him alive? His fate is pretty straightforward, as you'll find a bunch of arrows lodged in his back. Wait, what's this? Oh wow, you guys should really listen to that. Could be important. Once all of them have been found and all their little trinkets, you can take those back to Finis and shove it, because he actually won't remark at all on your hard work finding his apprentices.
Head south of Fort Sungard to a nearby dragon burial site. It's not the burial site that you're looking for though, it's this. This is a phenomenon in the real world called a toadstool ring or a fairy circle. The wiki says, fairy rings are the subject of much folklore and myth worldwide, particularly in Western Europe. They're often seen as hazardous or dangerous places, and they're linked with witches or devils in folklore. Conversely, they can sometimes be linked with good fortune. It makes a lot of sense that you'd find one here in Skyrim and in Falkreath. Unfortunately, you won't find any fairies nearby to help you on your path to Moonrise Towers. Oh, sorry, wrong game.
Let's adventure to another unmarked location in Skyrim. This time we are headed to a small pond that's located between Broken Fang Cave and Euchre's Monument. The Skyrim attraction located here is a massive fossilized mud crab. Reminds me of something else. There's an associated quest with this place during Kyne's trials where you face a guardian mud crab at this exact location. Could be the spirit of Mr. Krabs here.
From Iverstead, follow the dirt path north to the river, then cross the river before the falls. Then another dirt path continues on the other side through the wooded foothills on the east side of the Throat of the World. Not far along that path, an iron gate lays in the dirt where there was once an Imperial toll booth. Here, you'll find 3 wisps that are fairly friendly. But up the hill from the toll, you'll find a well, and inside of it, a wisp mother. She'll attack you straight away, including our wispy friends. After killing them, you would assume that you conquered the area and then move on. Instead though, you should check out this basket laying suspiciously in an odd way. Lift it up and you'll find some loot underneath. It's kinda odd that it works like that. I'm used to putting the baskets down and then collecting the loot.
Head north of Vollenrood in the Pale. You'll soon come across a gruesome sight. A bloody trail. Following it, you'll come across 2 unalived wood elves. The first being a male and the next a female. Who knows what happened to these 2, but we can only assume that they were fighting over the object that is found here. Treasure map number 6. Too bad they couldn't just get along and split the treasure. Now they're both gone, and we grieve them. Just kidding. I'm already on my way to that stone arch looking thing.
Let's go to Dead Lover's Camp. Doesn't that sound exciting? The camp is located along a small path that travels north from Old Herolden Inn towards Soljan's Sinkhole. Once you reach the camp, all is clearly not well. Why is it that most of the unmarked locations in this video often have terrible outcomes? I guess they can't all be fairy circles. A female Breton and a male Dunmer can be found nearby, both mauled by a creature that still lurks the location. I can't say a specific creature because it changes with the level. Near the Breton, you'll find her journal and you'll discover her name is Karen. According to Karen's journal, Karen was a daughter of a wealthy Markarth merchant, and Talver was a poor miner. Because Karen's father opposed their union, the 2 lovers intended to flee east towards Riften, probably to get married. Talver has been stashing away a humble nest egg in a tree stump behind the tent. Do what you will with this information. I chose to lay them humbly to rest and to make sure that they'll always be together in a loving harmony. What? They won't need it anymore.
To the right of the entrance of Broken Helm Hollow, there is a big waterfall. Of course, when you see a waterfall, you have to check behind it at all costs. That is the rule for any game. Instead here though, you need to only look at the bottom of the waterfall. Here you'll find the body of a dead Kajit merchant with some gold on him. We probably can assume that he was either A, killed by the bandits in the hollow, or B, he tried to escape and fell down the waterfall to a watery grave. It's probably the latter since he still had his coin on him, and of course bandits would have taken that beforehand.
Last but not least, the Indigestible Emerald. Head southeast of Anissa's cabin. On a narrow grassy shelf on the rocky banks of White River, close to a single pine tree, lay the skeletal remains of an elk. If you look closer at the elk, you'll find a flawless emerald inside of its remains. What's cool about this place is that once you take the emerald and you wait a few weeks, it will always respawn. Maybe this dead elk, or deer, has been cursed for an eternity with never being able to digest an emerald. Or maybe because when it ate the emerald the first time, it was already cursed. Oh wow, I guess we'll never know.
We have way more unmarked locations and quests and secrets for Skyrim yet to come. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on those. Also, if you liked the video, it would really help us out a lot. And of course, we would appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter with the link in the description. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next.